Hi everyone, today on Israeli Salad, U.S. firefighter helps Israeli colleagues, the Glass Street in Cholon, a tour near Lake Kinneret, and the Heart Strengthener, and Eliyahu City's colorful art. You're watching Israeli Salad. Shalom and welcome to Israeli Salad. The whole world recently marked 5 years since the 9/11 terrorist attacks. The event will, of course, forever be associated with the brave firefighters who sacrificed their lives to save people who were stuck in the Twin Towers before they collapsed. INN TV had the opportunity to meet a very special firefighter from the U.S. who volunteered to come here to Israel to help out during the war. Gabi Newman and Mark Kaplan report.
Israel's war against Hezbollah left a shortage of firefighters throughout Israel, as many firefighters were transferred to the north to respond to the emergencies as Hezbollah fired Katyusha rockets on the region. When Captain Dustin Wiggins of the Albany, California Fire Department saw these reports of the shortages, Captain Wiggins jumped into action.
I had read numerous stories about firefighters from all over the state being moved further north to put out fires and rescue people and everything during the war, and I just wanted to try and come and help and be a part of that effort. From the very first day that I got here, I was responding to calls. Every day they go to several fires, whether it's a house fire, an apartment fire, some kind of industrial fire, grass fire, garbage fires. Every day they've been responding to calls since I've been here.
So what would make Captain Wiggins leave his family in the comfort of Northern California to come 10,000 miles away to volunteer?
Israel and the Jewish people have a special place in my heart, and it was just too hard to sit by and watch and all that was going on without trying to help. It's been wonderful. Everybody here has treated me just so wonderfully. The hospitality has been unbelievable.
And how did Captain Wiggins manage to work on an Israeli team of firefighters when he couldn't speak a word of Hebrew?
A lot of gestures and pointing and at least doing the same job. I understand a lot of what it is they're trying to do in the job, so everything doesn't have to be communicated.
With the language, it was a little funny. Some know English, some don't know any English, but the communication was good because the professional equipment we use in the field are the same in America. And also the manner of work, both of firefighting and rescue, is quite similar. So communication come across more via the teamwork than by actual language.
אז כך שהתקשורת מתבטאה יותר בעבודה מאשר בשפה.
I would say they work very hard. They cover, from what I've seen, the departments that I've visited and have worked here, they cover a much larger area than we typically do in the U.S. So each station is a lot busier than most of our stations there.
Captain Wiggins' Israeli counterparts appreciate the selfless contribution Dustin made during his stay in Israel.
זה לא דבר פשוט.
Not only did he have to leave his friends and family, but he's also the commander of his unit, and he had to leave his unit to come here for 3 weeks without anything. We're his only family here in Israel, and he is worthy of great praise, and we really appreciate it.
Captain Wiggins returns to California knowing that he has made bonds that will last the rest of his life.
I've learned that their heart is unbelievable towards me coming here. They've been so gracious in every way, everybody going out of their way to make me feel comfortable being here. And they've continuously asked me about my family and how I am being away from my family. I've been invited into some of their homes, spent Shabbat with one of the firefighters and his family, and had a wonderful dinner and conversation, and it will be, this whole experience will be something I remember for my lifetime.
As in many places throughout the world, the field of recycling is expanding here in Israel. In many neighborhoods, you can find recycling collection points, and there is a growing awareness of the importance of preserving the environment. Our correspondent Dennis Samuel recently drove out to the city of Cholon at midnight and witnessed the construction of an environmental road. On a Monday night during the summer, one of the main roads in the coastal city of Cholon was closed for construction. In addition to the construction workers, there were also academic representatives on the scene. Why were they here? To keep an eye on the laying of asphalt?
What you see here is glass asphalt. It's a regular mixture of asphalt, except that 5% of the stone aggregates were substituted with crushed glass.
The paving of the road is the culmination of a long process of studies and research in the Technion, the Israel Institute of Technology. The research included the paving of 2 test roads. Around 20 tons of crushed glass and 400 tons of asphalt were used to pave the street in Cholon.
זה לא המצאה ישראלית, הדבר הזה עשוי במקומות שונים בעולם. אנחנו קודם כל במחקר שעשינו במכון התחבורה.
It's not an Israeli invention. It exists in many places throughout the world. In our research at the Transportation Department at Technion University, we reauthorized the technology and made sure that it's suitable for the Israeli climate. In addition, we made an improvement. Throughout the world they used larger pieces of glass, and we made it smaller, 7 to 8 millimeters. Now, here you can see the results. Smaller pieces of glass enables us to use the glass asphalt as the top layer as opposed to the other formulas, which can be used only as a lower layer of the road.
The usage of glass in paving can be beneficial to the Israeli environment. First, it solves the problem of accumulation of glass waste, and secondly, it will reduce the need to harm nature by taking material from quarries. There are more advantages to the glass roads, especially when driving at night.
בקטעים חשוכים זה בולט יותר הזוהר. אחד הדברים שאנחנו חוקרים בניסוי הזה.
In dark areas, the glare is seen clearly. One of the things we're investigating here is how significant the glare is. I believe that when we start using 10% glass and even more, we'll see some more glare. This is one of the main issues that we wish to improve.
Oh, and don't worry, the glass is not sharp.
Of course, one of the first questions is about that issue. The answer is, the street is smooth.
And most important, no matter what kind of asphalt is under your wheels, drive safely, please. And now let's meet another Israeli musician, Guy Tzvi Mintz. Mintz, a resident of the offbeat community of Bat Ayin, is the rabbi of a girls' school in Bnei Brak, and he has published a book called A Kosher Melody, A Kosher Musician. In addition to all this, he has also produced 5 albums and is today working on his 6th. When asked what he does, he says that he is a heart strengthener and an interior designer, interior as in the human soul.
השורה התחתונה של זה איך מתקנים את העולם.
The main issue here is, how can I repair the world? The tools are the melodies and the songs. Tell me what kind of music you listen to, and I will, with the help of God, be able to tell you what you need to repair in your soul.
תרבות הבית השלישי זה תרבות ששואפת להחזיר את החן מהגלות.
When I talk about the culture of the Third Temple, I'm talking about the bringing of spiritual grace back to Israel from the exile. Physically, we're here. We speak Hebrew. There's a lot of Torah learning. But how about our soul? Sometimes our soul is in exile. Sometimes what attracts our soul is something that's outside of Israel. We say, wow, it's like in America, like in Switzerland. So that's where the person is, in America or Switzerland. The Third Temple is what I will be attracted to what I am connected.
באמריקה או בשוויץ. ותרבות הבית השלישי זה קודם כל שימצא חן בעיניי. אני שומע הרבה, אתה עושה מוזיקה יהודית אלטרנטיבית.
Lots of people tell me you're creating alternative Jewish music. So I want to tell you something. There's no such thing as Jewish music. The great sage, the Gaon of Vilna, once said, if you want to know about something's essence, go back to the first time it's mentioned in history. The word music came to the world originally from Greek. In Greek, it came from the word muse, the goddesses of inspiration. And so, we don't need music in this sense. We have the creator of the universe. Before I touch my guitar, I purify myself. I feel the sanctity and pray that something good will come out of my guitar. When I sing, I imagine the name of God in front of my eyes.
Okay, now we're off to the north to visit the magnificent area of Lake Kinneret. The Kinneret, Israel's freshwater lake, is surrounded by many tourist attractions. Today, we will be visiting two of them. South of the Kinneret, near the communities of Klutzat Kinneret and Dgania, you walk through the eucalyptus trees and reach a two-floor house made of basalt stones. This is the motor house. The motor house was built in 1910 by the Arutz Sheva Authority, and it contained the first pump that pumped water out of the Kinneret. In the bottom floor of the house was the pumping room. In the upper floor lived three very important people: Ben Zion Yisraeli, Noach Naftulski, the nature researcher, and Meir Rothenberg, the farmer. The three were called the Together Trio, and they were amongst the founders of the Kinneret communities. Nearby we find this beautiful eucalyptus grove. It was this grove that brought Naomi Shemer to write her famous song, Churshat HaEucalyptus, the Eucalyptus Grove. And now we continue to the second tourist educational site, the Yigal Alon Center, that was established on the shore of the Kinneret in memory of Alon, who was commander of the Palmach underground organization, an IDF commander, and a leading political figure. Yigal Alon was born in Kfar Tavor in the Galilee, and the Yigal Alon Center presents the special connection between man and land in the Galilee. A new exhibition has opened recently in the center.
As opposed to other exhibitions that present an in-depth look, this exhibition is lighthearted. It's a summer exhibition meant to bring enjoyment and fun. It's for children and families, full of color, life, and happiness.
מלא צבע, מלא חיים, עליז, נעים. היצירה שמאחריי היא פרות.
This behind me is a piece about cows. There's a flower cow, a cow of leaves, and more. This is influenced by the way the artist sees the tempo of life up here in the Galilee.
ומעשיר אותם ועושה אותם מאוד צבעוניים, אבל בעצם זה קצב החיים כפי שהוא רואה את זה.
Please send your comments, ideas, and questions to the Israeli Salad email, yoni@israelnn.com, or leave a message on the Israeli Salad voicemail at international dialing code 972-3918-5554. That's 972-3918-5554.
Before we end today's program with some more music by Rabbi Mintz, let's meet another interesting artist. Yechezkel Lang takes us inside the magical world of Eliyahu Sidi.
While naive art is very popular in the US and Europe, in Israel it's just beginning to get recognition. One of Israel's leading naive artists, Eliyahu Sidi, made Aliyah 35 years ago from France. Please enter. The psychiatrist is in.
What do I do? You know what I do.
Yes, but our viewers don't know.
The viewers don't know. How is it they don't know? I'm famous throughout the world. My art is anti-museum, because museums are prisons for art. When the Messiah comes, all the works of art will get up, open the doors of the museum, and run home.
Welcome to CD's psychedelic world. CD is one of the few people in the world creating original Jewish art. His inspiration derives from Jewish texts, and he has already illustrated entire chapters of the Mishnah and Zohar.
I love life, so I create with a lot of color. I don't like brown, I don't like gray. Only for my cat, because that's his color.
Does your cat appear in your art?
All the time. Here, I'll show you my latest piece. I'll show you. We had a cat that died a few days ago, and we cried a lot, and today I finished this work. We call him Petit Gris, Little Gray. He's pretty, isn't he? Now he's an angel. Now we call him Catangel, because he's in heaven, and he's now an angel. He's in charge of organizing all cat affairs in heaven. He holds a very important position.
As you can see, order and cleanliness are central to CD's creation process. But the life of a Jewish artist in Israel is not easy. The observant don't buy art, and the secular don't care for the Jewish themes. Why don't people buy your art?
Because they're dumb. Why? Tell you the truth? I don't know. I've discovered so many beautiful works now that we're moving.
In spite of the difficulties, people overseas are beginning to discover his works. Half a year ago, CD held an exhibition in Manhattan at the Yeshiva University Museum and sold 40 paintings for $500 each.
I didn't advertise at all, and all that other rigmarole. That's the life of one who creates. Usually an artist is alone. That was a long time ago when I was very young. 8 years old.
And how old are you now?
9. That's it. Interview's over.
Okay, that's all for this week. We'll end with some music by Rabbi Guy Tzvi Mintz. Join us again next week for another edition. Until then, from all of us here at INN TV, Arutz Sheva, Shalom.
כי תלך במו אש לא תיכווה ולהבה לא תבער בך כי תבוא במים איתך אני ובנהרות לא ישטפוך כי תלך במו אש לא תיכווה ולהבה לא תבער בך שומרני כאישון בתאים בצל כנפיך תסתירני 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 אבא